Hey guys, I just want to go over your next lesson for next week. So this is for the week of the 13th. We're going to start getting into some statistics and probability. And the first couple things that we're going to look at are the measures of central tendency. So this is talking about your mean, median, mode, and range. So our mean is just our average number. The median is the middle, so I always like to remember that one as the center of a road is called the median because it's directly in the middle. Our mode is which number occurs the most often. And our range is our smallest and biggest number of our data. So for this example that we're going to be doing, it is talking about these numbers here are the given ages of children in attendance at a school event. So imagine if you're at our family literacy nights and we just kind of took a poll of, what age are you and that you are attending our event. So the first thing I'm always going to tell you is to write these numbers in order from least to greatest. And I'm going to cross them out as I go and we'll work from there. So my least, I'm looking at a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, and 24. So if there were, let's say, 2 5-year-olds there and there was another 5 up here, you would just put 5 and then 5 again. You're just putting them in order from least to greatest. So if you have repeats, just put them right next to each other. So let's get started with the more simpler or more straightforward measures. So our mode is which number occurs most often. And if you guys notice, none of these occur more than once. So it is possible to have no mode. There's no mode, there's nothing that occurs more than the other. Let's say that there was 2 number 16s here, 16 would be our mode. Our range, we just have to find our biggest and our smallest and subtract them. So our range, we're looking at 24 minus 4 to get 20. So 20 is basically saying we have a range of 20 numbers here in our data set. Let's go down to median. So what number is on the middle? So what I like to do, I like to use my fingers and kind of start from the outside and work my way in. So if I'm at these 2 numbers, let's go to the next. And then the next. So I'm kind of getting right here. There's not a number directly in the middle. So there's 2 ways you can do this. We can't tell what exactly is between the 9 and 11. So, obviously, some of you guys could already tell, well, we know 10 is right in the middle of 9 and 11. 10 is your median. But in case that you have numbers that you cannot directly see what is directly in the middle, whether it's a fraction or decimal, one way you can go about it is to find the mean or average of these numbers. The way you do that is just adding 11 plus 9, which is 20, and then divide by 2. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. So 10 becomes your median. Lastly, the one that's going to take a little bit more time is the mean or the average. So what we need to be doing is we need to look at our sample here. We need to add up all these numbers and then divide by how many numbers are here. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 numbers. So I know whatever number, after I add these all up, I have to divide by 12 numbers. So I'm going to start adding these up step by step. And obviously there's a couple different ways you could go about adding these all up. I like to take just, I don't know, 3 or 4 at a time and add those up first and kind of add them all together. If you want to stack them completely on top of each other, so you can add like that, that is perfectly fine as well. If you just like to count, okay, 4, 9, 15, 22, you can do that as well. So I'm going to take 4 numbers at a time and add them all up. So I kind of just added up all these numbers in some way. So now I just have to add these up and get my total of, let's see, $129. So that is the number of just adding up all these digits. Remember, you can add them up in any way you want. This is just a quick little strategy that I like to use. So if we have 129 by adding up these numbers, and there was 12 numbers here, now all we have to do is divide. So 129 divided by 12. So 12 can't go in a 1. If I have one item, I cannot pull out a group of 12. Then I move to the next digit. Can 12 go in a 12? Well, yes, 12 goes in a 12 one time. 1 times 12 is 12. Subtract, you get nothing left over. Bring down that 9. Can 12 go in a 9? So if I have 9 things, can I pull out a group of 12? No. So 12 goes in a 9 0 times. And now we must add a decimal, add a 0, and bring it down. Remember that your decimal goes straight up in your answer. So now 12 goes in a 90 7 times, because I know that 12 times 7 is 84. Subtract my 84 and I get 6. Still have a remainder, so I'm still going to add a 0 and bring it down. 12 goes into 60 exactly 5 times. No remainder means I'm done. So that means my mean or my average is 10 and 75 hundredths.